Imagine this. It's the year 1900, on a remote, windswept island called Eilean Mor, off the rugged coast of Scotland. Three experienced lighthouse keepers are stationed there, their only job to keep a powerful light burning for passing ships. Their names were Thomas Marshall, James Duckett, and Donald MacArthur. But in December of that year, something went terribly wrong. A passing ship, the steamer Arctur, noticed the light was out. This was highly unusual and a serious danger to maritime navigation. They reported it, but due to severe weather, a relief vessel couldn't reach the island for several days. Finally, on Boxing Day, December 26th, the relief keeper, Joseph Moore, arrived on the tender ship Hesperus. What he found would become one of the most enduring mysteries in maritime history. As Moore approached the lighthouse, a sense of dread washed over him. The island was eerily silent. There was no flag on the pole, and none of the keepers came out to greet the ship, which was standard practice. He blew the ship's whistle and fired a flare, but still nothing. Moore rowed ashore alone, a knot tightening in his stomach. The entrance gate and the main door were both closed. He went inside, calling out the keepers' names. Only the sound of the wind answered. The scene inside the lighthouse was bizarre and unsettling. In the kitchen, a meal of salted mutton and pickles was left on the table, completely untouched, as if the men had been suddenly interrupted. A chair was overturned, suggesting a hasty departure. The clock on the wall had stopped. The men's beds were unmade, and their oilskin coats, their essential foul-weather gear, were still hanging on their hooks. This was a crucial clue. Why would three seasoned keepers venture out into the ferocious North Atlantic weather without their coats? The official logbook offered the most chilling clues. The entries were written by Thomas Marshall. On December 12th, he wrote of a severe storm with winds so strong he had never seen the like. He described his fellow keeper, James Duckett, as being very quiet, and the third man, Donald MacArthur, who was a tough, experienced mariner, had been crying. This was shocking. What could possibly make a man like that break down in tears? The log entry for December 13th stated that the storm was still raging and the men were praying. But here is the most perplexing part. Weather reports for that entire week showed calm seas and clear skies for the area. There was no storm. The final entry, on December 15th, simply read, "Storm ended. Sea calm. God is over all. After that, nothing." The men had vanished. A thorough search of the tiny island revealed no sign of the keepers. There was some damage to the west landing, with a supply box smashed open and iron railings bent out of shape, suggesting giant waves had crashed over the cliffs, which were over 100 feet high. The official theory concluded that the men were swept away by a freak wave while securing equipment near the landing. Perhaps two went out, were washed away, and the third rushed out to help, only to meet the same fate. But this theory doesn't explain everything. Why were the men praying and crying about a storm that didn't exist? Why was the last meal untouched and a chair knocked over? And why would all three experienced men be out on the dangerous cliff edge at the same time, against all regulations? Over the years, theories have ranged from the plausible to the paranormal. Some suggest a fight broke out, leading to a tragic accident. Others whisper of sea monsters, foreign spies, or even alien abduction. The story of the Flammen Isles lighthouse remains a ghost story told by sailors, a chilling reminder of the sea's power and its unsolved secrets. To this day, no trace of the three keepers has ever been found. What do you think happened on that lonely island? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this mystery, be sure to like and subscribe for more.